ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Hital.
I'm Anuja, and today we're making aloo tikkis. It's another great street food, and it's a really hearty snack or an appetizer.
And here's what you'll need. 2 large potatoes, boiled and peeled. 1 tablespoon dried fenugreek leaves. 2 tablespoons roasted peanuts, roughly crushed. 1/4 of a medium onion, finely chopped. Green chili, finely chopped to taste. Salt to taste. 1/2 teaspoon roasted cumin powder. 1 teaspoon chaat masala. 1/4 teaspoon amchur or dried mango powder. 2 tablespoons of cilantro leaves, finely chopped. Breadcrumbs as needed for coating. Oil for pan frying.
So for the aloo tikkis, we've gone ahead and boiled and peeled our potatoes, and we're going to grate it. We choose to grate it because,
well, for one thing, it provides a really good texture instead of mushing it. When you use a potato masher, it mashes the whole potato, and then when you mix all the masalas in, it further mashes it. So this kind of provides a little bit of texture, and then when you're mixing it, it'll break down a little bit further, and everything, all the spices will get nicely incorporated.
wow, look at this.
This is kind of similar to a potato ricer. That's one of those gadgets that's available. You put a potato in there and squeeze it, and spaghetti noodle type things come out. It's potato, but again, it's great texture.
Alright, we've gone ahead and grated our potatoes, and I'm going to use my hands. They have been washed, I promise. And we're going to now add in the rest of the stuff.
So we have finely chopped onions. Here's crushed peanuts. Now this is an optional ingredient, but it is such a great addition to this wonderful tikki. It just provides so much texture and flavor. It's wonderful. And we have our cilantro leaves. And here's our green chili. And we have dried methi leaves, or dried fenugreek leaves, and what we're going to do is we're going to take some in our palm and just powder it further. This releases all the flavor. Okay. You can smell it.
I know, it smells
Wonderful
so
aroma.
good. Alright, give it a good mix.
And now all that's left is our dry masalas. We have salt to taste. Chaat masala, roasted cumin powder, and finally our dried mango powder.
And another good mix. But this time make sure like all the dry masalas are nicely coated, they've gone into everything. You want it evenly spiced. So you can also adjust the salt or the chilies or whatever to your taste at this point. And we're going to go ahead and start making the tikkis out of it. Okay, so our mixture is all ready, and what we're going to do is we're going to oil our hands. This is a little tip I learned from Hital, thank you. And just going to oil my hands a little bit. That way it just helps roll out the tikkis a little smoother and better. So you take the amount you need, and then you just roll it and flatten it. Now this size is a good size, but if you want it smaller or bigger for appetizers or for a burger, if you want it for a burger, make them nice and big. Otherwise, for an appetizer, they'll be a little smaller, and that's entirely up to you.
So we've gone ahead and made a few tikkis, and we have a plate of breadcrumbs, and they're just plain breadcrumbs. You can make these at home, or you can buy them ready-made, either way. And we're going to dip the tikkis in there to give them a nice coating before we fry. And also, by the way, we're going to go ahead and turn on our stove, and we have a non-stick skillet that's going to be heating up. So your pan is nice and hot. We're going to add some oil. Now we're going to be a little bit more generous with our oil. because again, this is street food. And the bottom line is it tastes wonderful if it's nice and crispy.
That's true. You're going to allow it to heat up nicely.
Okay, I think our oil is nice and hot also. Can go ahead and pan fry.
Yes, and carefully put it in.
And we're going to cook these until they're nice and crispy and golden brown on the bottom before we flip them.
So we're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of, couple of drops of oil on this side. So when we flip it, there's some oil at the bottom. Wow.
Perfect. Oh, that's delicious.
The breadcrumbs really give it a nice crisp coating, and that's so good because it's the crisp of at the bottom and the top and the soft potatoes inside. Oh,
perfect.
Beautiful. And actually, in a lot of people, what they do is they also have aloo tikkis with yogurt and put some chutney and some salt and red chilies and have it. Or you can just have it by itself.
And you can actually, it's a perfect stuffing for like a vegetarian hamburger.
Right.
You know, it's hearty, it's filling, and if you make the patties a little bit bigger, it'll fit perfectly inside of a hamburger bun.
Right.
And then you can also put in your chutneys and you know all the other condiments on there, and it's a meal, absolute meal.
Absolutely wonderful. And then one more really good way of having it actually is you take a pita bread and you just you know those pocket pitas you get, just cut it in half, open it up. Just put one of these, drop one of them, put some, you know, greens, spinach or lettuce, whatever you prefer, and put some chutney, close it up, and have it.
Perfect meal, yeah, exactly. Sounds great, actually. Okay, so these are perfect. We checked the bottom and nice and golden on the bottom also. So we can go ahead and take these off the stove, turn our stove off.
Yes, and it's all cooked, you know, so everything that was inside the tikkis was cooked, so even if you get a nice coating on top and it's not red around, it's absolutely fine.
So we've taken these out on a paper plate. It'll just drain the excess oil off of it, so it won't feel so oily when you're eating them.
Doesn't it look good?
Yes, beautiful.
Oh wow. You want to try one?
I will. I'm going to let it cool down. But I will. So join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life, and I can't wait.
Go ahead.
Ooh. It's hot.